Nowhere to run now. What? He's too out of breath to even form a complete sentence. Now's my chance. Grab it. With not entirely cat-like reflexes, I dab and grab at the cardboard box he's clinging onto for dear life. Let go, you're going to... And the flimsy 1980X cardboard box tears itself apart, our hands causing the manual and plastic cart to fall to the ground. Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new here. My name is Dead by Pony, so we're having back into arcade spirits. So without further ado, let's hop in. And I promise we won't be a reflection of your experience in PW2's Team House. That's relief. I'm glad to not have that stress. Yeah, that's the spirit. You won't need to escape from us. Well, unless we all turn into zombies, then you should run. Definitely run. I like to keep my brain, yes. Thanks for talking to me about all this. I think we're going to have a great time living together. I think so too. Rhapsody's eyes dart away from me and return to the movers. Oh, that's my casting equipment in that box. Pony, need to make sure this gets up to the apartment without any hitches. I nod in understanding as Rhapsody jumps up and helps the movers with the doors. Reflecting briefly on my conversation with Rhapsody, sure, there'll be tough times ahead. I know all of us working together should be able to conquer anything before us. I trust in this team. Trust in us. Speaking of us, I should see what the rest of us are up to right now. Hang on. The sun's already gone down. Why the heck haven't we moved in yet? I'd say we're burning daylight, but we're fresh out. Beep beep, Death by Pony, you have an incoming message from Jinx. Hey, there's Jen's trying to get our arcade game working and running into problems. Any idea how to boot a custom arcade PC? Real messed up here right now. It's just a PC in a fancy wooden box? I thought arcade games were all specialized hardware. Retro games, yes. Modern ones tend to use off-the-shelf components. Want me to reply to her? Oh, wait, I've got another message for you. This one's from Grace. I can use a hand moving my game collection. Can you take the subway to 23rd Street Station? Moving these boxes myself is proving difficult. I don't think I can leave either of them hanging. Perhaps we could easily get the FOD2 machine going, but they're a computery type person like you, and I'm sure Locksky would be more than happy to carry boxes for Grace. So, who should I send where? Yeah, we're going to romance Grace, so Jinx can get a hand from Rhapsody. Or can you message Rhapsody, ask them to head upstairs to fix our FOD2 machine, and going uptown to help Grace.
Okay.
You got it, Pony. The apartment will be ready to go by the time you get back. Tucking my phone back in my pocket, I head out the doors of GFC and off to the subway. With half the city packing it in for the day and the other half getting ready for the night ahead, it's a fairly crowded train ride up to 23rd Street. I rarely go uptown, not much point. That's where all the fancy business and hubbub goes down, and where the rich establish their legacies. Guess this is where Grace used to live in her family's manor house. A manor house in the middle of a city, being pretty damn weird to boot. But while I'm expecting to get further directions from the tram station to meet her at her home, she's actually at the station and waiting for me. Along with 4 giant cardboard boxes packed to the brim with plastic cartridges. Honestly, it's a miracle I managed to carry them all myself. When I got to the turnstile, well, I realized I couldn't do this on my own.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks for coming, Pony. Moving these is so much easier with a helper. The old game console cart is shifting around in my box as the subway rattles around menacingly. Are a bit worrying. Hopefully the rough ride isn't damaging them. Why didn't you use the moving service we hired? Everyone else did. Not a problem. Stack them up and I'll haul these anywhere you want. How fragile are these things? What happens if we drop a box? Not a problem. Hey, happy to help. Stack up all 4 and I can carry them all for you. You see these muscles? I never skip arm day. Oh, no. You don't have to go that far. I can share the load a little. I'm not some fragile flower, you know. I appreciate the offer, believe me, but this collection is precious to me. I want to risk tipping over and crashing down. I guess you wanted to focus on your games first and foremost, right? Clothes, furniture, other knickknacks can come later. I already kept some of my clothes at Jink's place, and that's all I really need. I live digitally, not physically. Okay, so old video games are a bit more physical and plasticky than pure digital, but you get the idea. This is odd. Everybody else, excluding Domino, had oodles of stuff to move over to the new apartment. And given what I already know about Grace's living situation, I think I have a guess why. Grace, level with me, okay? You didn't sign up for the moving trucks to show up at your house. You aren't taking any stuff other than your game collection. It's almost like you're sneaking out of your home, your family home. Um, I left a note. You left a note to say you're moving away from home?
I don't like confrontations.
I didn't want a huge confrontation. They'd be yelling and demanding, and they'd put all sorts of guilt on me. And I just wanted to quietly slip out, not be a bother to anyone, not stir up any trouble.
I don't need
any stuff for my home. All I need are these games I love, and if they get mad, well, I can deal with that later, right? Family drama alert. We have reached DEFCON 5. Whoop whoop awooga. But what's done is done. We've got to finish the move to the new headquarters, and clearly she's uncomfortable talking about it. I can help her deal with the fallout later. For now, I should at least try to keep her in good cheer. So how many games are in these boxes anyway? Let's see. About 200 NES cards, 100 SNES and Sega Genesis cards, about 100 loose discs for the Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo, PlayStation, and the Atari XLX, plus a few mint rares and some prototypes. I've got a Box Stadium events and Nintendo World Champion gray card. I've got a rare ET prototype from the Atari 2600, which was totally awful, but thank goodness they fixed it before release, right? That sounds valuable. Old and valuable.
Of course.
Yeah, I helped curate my collection very carefully. I didn't have enough space in the storage unit for too many games, so I only picked ones I really wanted. It took years scouring the collector scene for the games I wanted, but it's more or less complete now. I mean, I'm always tweaking and tuning the archive a little. Wait, you keep it all in storage unit, not your bedroom? Grace Good Cheer wobbles a little.
Well, I mean, I wasn't technically allowed to.
Ooh.
My parents saw video games as a waste of time. I wasn't allowed to own a video game console. They barely tolerate my little portable one because I insisted it's more of a computer than a game system, thanks to my extensive modifications. So, I keep my stuff off-site, away from their disapproving glares.
Valid, but that sucks.
But now, I can keep it at Jinx's place. She doesn't mind at all, and even lets me hook up some of my old consoles there. And even better, I can share these wonderful games with everyone else.
Yeah.
I know our focus is on arcade games, FOD2, yeah, but also Zappers light gun games and domino shooters. But I hope I can show you all the love I have for these cute little toys from days gone by. Back when all you needed was a gamepad, a best friend, and a TV to live your best life.
Aww. She shifts her grips on the heavy box, arms growing a bit weary despite the high spirits carrying her along. I'll admit that sort of good cheer is infectious. I know about as much about console gaming as I do arcade games, but I know passion when I hear it. I actually know about everything she just mentioned. So I worked at a retro arcade store about 2 years ago, and this summer I went back, and I love working there because we go from like the I think it's the Intertelecom all the way to like PS5. Like you can buy anything for any system, even like the Japanese only release systems, which is amazing. I know how you feel. I love PC games, but I'm the only one on the team who does. How about after the housewarming party, we do the Mario until the break of dawn? When did you first meet everybody else? You're a primary console gamer, not an arcade gamer? I think this calls for an all-night marathon of Italian plumbers jumping on turtles straight on and through until dawn. What do you say? Once everybody's done celebrating the big move-in, we set up your game consoles and get gaming?
I really don't think that's. Uh, I mean,
I think I'm going to want to sleep tonight, actually. I'm trying to pull less all-nighters, not more. Sometimes I get so hyper-focused on developing my own game, I go hours and hours long into the night, and I feel run down and awful after. Not that I don't want to play games with you. I'm just saying. I'm trying to say that I wouldn't even mind playing for a few hours. Just, Grace, it's cool. It's cool. I get it. And we have plenty of time for console games and around our effort, around and around our, in and around our FOD 2 training, right? Right. From the screech of the brakes and the way my center of gravity protests, it seems the train's slowing down for the Chinatown stop. And here we are, ready to make the pit crew headquarters official? You bet. I know I was a little hesitant at first, well, with my family situation, but I think that we're really going to get along. Just as the doors start to open, someone slams to Grace, knocking her to the floor. Her box pops open, games scattering everywhere. The man quickly spots a white cardboard box in the pile, grabs it, and runs the door before I can even react. Instinctively, I move to help Grace and pick herself up along with her falling game collection, but she waves me away as she gets to her own feet.
oh no.
You gotta stop that guy. He's got one of my favorite games, but I'll handle this. Just go, please. It feels weird abandoning a friend, but the insistent look in her eyes gives my feet wings as I sprint from the train and up the stairs. Am I doing this? Am I seriously doing this? I'm doing this. I'm seriously doing this. The thief isn't exactly a world-class athlete, so catching his trail is easy enough as he dashes through the streets of Chinatown. But he still has a head start and makes a few twists and turns, ducking around corners to escape my sights. My heart pounds out of my chest as I desperately wish I had done some actual freaking cardio instead of playing FOD 2 endlessly for years. I need to get an edge on this chase. He's going to escape me. Raw speed isn't enough. Iris. Hoping Iris is listening to my personal conversation like she usually does, I call out for her. Iris, use your city maps to find a shorter route and catch up to this bastard. Already on it, pony. Left down the next alley, then right, coming out of it. Okay, can do this. I've played enough games with stupid quick time events to make this quick decision. My feet skid a bit on the pavement as I hang a sharp left, scrambling down a filthy alley. Across the street, lights red and crosswalks clear. Between those two buildings, turn right. I'm seeing spots as I desperately pump my legs and tried to close the last gap between myself and the fleeing game thief. Finally, he makes a mistake and dashes into a dead-end alley, allowing me to catch up. Nowhere to run now. What? He's too out of breath to even form a complete sentence. Now's my chance. Grab it. With not entirely cat-like reflexes, I dab and grab at the cardboard box he's clinging onto for dear life. Let go, you're going to... And the flimsy 1980X cardboard box tears itself apart, her hands causing the manual and plastic cart to fall to the ground. What have you done? Figuring it's better than nothing, I scoop up the remains before stepping away. On cue, Grace catches up with us, and oddly, she's not the least bit out of breath, despite running the same distance we did. Okay, the subway attendant was nice enough to watch my boxes while I caught up to you. Wait, you're...
What?
Norman, you're the one who stole my game? Damn it, you weren't supposed to get a good look at me. You know this piece of shit, Grace? Yeah, he's a regular on the game collectors forum I visit. We've traded tips and rare games for auction before. Norman, why would you steal from me? Because you don't deserve this game. You aren't a real collector. You aren't trying to get a full set. I've been trying for years to get a full NES set, and this is the last piece. Do you even know how much this game is worth? Back up. What game are we talking about exactly? Oh, it's Stadium Events. It's an exercise game. Very rare. There's only about 20 legitimate copies left in the world. Normally, Stadium Events cost $30,000 open market, but you stuck-up little rich kid, do you have any clue how hard the rest of us have to struggle to afford rare games? People like you just throw down a wad of daddy's money and buy up the last few rares in the world, hoarding them. It's not right. It's not fair. And now your idiot friend destroyed the box. It's lost $10,000 in value thanks to that. I see. Norm, if this game really means that much to you, well, I guess you can keep it. What? He loves his collection. He loves his games. We get a lot of love out of stadium events too. So if he really wants it, I guess he should have it. Gracie tried to steal it. Don't reward him for bad behavior. I understand you want people to love and respect games, but you have to give up something you love either. Okay, look, Grace, I know you love games. You want more people to love them the way you do, but this isn't the time or place for that idealism. You don't have to give up something you love just because someone else demands you to fork it over. Pony, it's okay. I want to do this. I understand the situation completely. It's counterfeit anyway. Totally worthless. Yeah, I bought it from a repo crafter for like $5. It's fake. You own a fake stadium events? Why? Why do you own a fake stadium events? Total garbage game aside from its resale value.
Aww.
Hey, I really like that game. It's great for my daily cardio routine. But if you can find the same joy in this game, well, I'd be happy to. Practically hurls the game at us in disgust. I don't want your worthless counterfeit. Trying to complete my collection and flip it for enough to buy a Ferrari. Ugh, this whole thing has been a waste of my time. A cloud of absolute fury, he marches past us, exiting the scene. Huh, should we go after him or something? Maybe it's for the best. I'm not really interested in pressing charges. Got my game back. Honestly, I don't need any more stress in my life.
That's unfortunate.
I'm a little disappointed to find out he only wanted the game for its resale value, though. I go to those collectors forums because I want to share my love for video games. Knowing some people are only in it for the money, well, it's a pity, you know? So, shall we get my stuff back from the Subway Transit Authority, then head down to good, clean fun? Pony? Just swallowing down my massive headache. You know, you've really helped me out through this transition. You were there when I was scared about my family reaction, and you were here for me tonight.
Thank you so much.
I don't know how I can say thank you enough for all of that. You only met me recently, and yet I feel I can trust you completely. No problem, Grace. I'd do anything else with you. I'm really looking forward to spending more time with you, if that's what you want. Happy to help, Grace. And honestly, I'm looking forward to spending more time with you. I mean, assuming you're looking forward to that too. And I'm kind of sharing your personal space, so feel free to tell me to buzz off anytime, but...
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I mean, please don't get me wrong. It's not because I sometimes bend to social pressure. More that I want you around, you know?
Oh!
I feel safe and comfortable with you. We may have just met recently, but I have a good feeling about what lies ahead for you and I.
Oh, I love it. We got romance going. It's been a good time. We saved her game. We totally pissed off an asshole collector. Don't get me wrong, love collectors. Talk to them a bunch at the game shop. But people like that rub me so many of the wrong ways.
And I'd love to spend more time getting to know you. It sounds just wonderful. Okay, let's get home. We've got a party to attend.
Aww. Now we just need one more romance opportunity to present itself. This is it, the culmination of all my efforts. No, of our efforts. Everyone had to pitch in. Jinx giving up her personal space, Grace willing to deal with her family situation, everyone agreeing to uproot their steady day-to-day lives in favor of making the Pit Crew headquarters a reality. With the last detail handled, we gather outside one of the two doors to our suite of apartments and are ushered in by Jian. Thank you for your patience. I wanted to make sure everything was just right before the big unveiling. Without further ado, welcome to the Pit Crew headquarters. Also known as my apartment, to be specific. One of the two connected apartments. We installed a door so you can pass back and forth without needing to go through the main hallway. Both apartments have a cozy kitchen, spacious bathroom, 2 bedrooms. According to the room assignments, you requested the apartment Jinx and Grace will share a room, while Death by Pony will be by himself. An even number of bedrooms and an odd number of residents means Pony gets his own room. What luck! In this apartment, you'll also find Grace's classic game library and Jinx's music library. Please consider playing your albums at lower volumes, dear sister. I promise nothing. Moving on. The second apartment is where you've assembled your shiny FOD 2 game. Here you'll be able to find Rhapsody's streaming rig and a kitchen fully stocked with your favorite snacks. But please eat something other than pizza bagels and nachos. Installed a stove for a reason. Zapper and Rhapsody will be sharing one of the bedrooms, assuming I'm not out partying all night long, of course. I wonder if we'll even use the room. I'll be pulling a lot of all-nighters editing FOD 2 strategy videos. And the other bedroom will be occupied by Domino and Loxkey. Do we get bunk beds? Bunk beds are awesome, but I'll take the lower bunk. Heights make me nauseated. Alas, they are but singletons, but regardless, I swear that we shall bond as roommates and brothers, my good fellow. And that's everything. Rent is due on the 1st of the month, sharp. Fortunately, your sponsor is footing the bill. Any questions? Just one.
Aw, yeah.
Who's going to play the very first round of FOD 2 in the sweet new pad? Ooh, amazing. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, hit like. That way I know you're enjoying the content I'm making. Hit subscribe. That way YouTube brings you back here to see what happens next, and I won't take up any more of your time. Have a good day. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.